When you use deductive reasoning, you must state your steps and your reason for each step using properties, definitions, or rules. In problem 4, you are asked to provide the reasons for each step of the problem using deductive reasoning. Problem 4, using deductive reasoning. What is the solution of negative t plus 8 equals 3? Justify each step. Well, we'll see our steps on the left and our justification, or our reasons, on the right. First, we rewrite the original equation, negative t plus 8 equals 3. Considering the equation, we realize that to isolate t, we need to get rid of the plus 8. So we use an inverse operation, subtract 8, to essentially cancel that plus 8 out. But what we do to the left-hand side of the equation, we must also do to the right-hand side. And so we write negative t plus 8 minus 8 equals 3 minus 8. That's an example of the subtraction property of equality. This leaves us with negative t equals negative 5. That was just using subtraction to simplify. Next, we can rewrite negative t as negative 1 times t and arrive at the equation negative 1t equals negative 5. Recall that's based on the multiplicative property of negative 1. Now to isolate t, we'll need to use the inverse of multiplying by negative 1. That's to divide by negative 1. And we'll perform that operation on each side. So negative 1t over negative 1 equals negative 5 over negative 1. That's an example of the division property of equality. And finally, we're left with t equals 5. And that was an example of us using division to simplify, to get from the previous equation to this simpler form. Your turn. What is the solution of x over 3 minus 5 equals 4?